Otitis media in a 1-year-old child. Children, as a rule, are more subject to infectious diseases than adults. The following story comes from my correspondence with a registered nurse, Peggy, whose baby developed ear trouble at the age of 9 months. Her pediatrician prescribed antibiotics and a decongestant. 1 month's treatment left the infant with fluid behind the left tympanum and a residual inflammation. A change of decongestants for another month left the other ear more inflamed, a condition which brought about a further change of decongestants. If the ears had not cleared in another 3 weeks, drainage tubes would have to be inserted by an otologist. It was at this point that our correspondence began. Drawing on my experience in the field of healing and my familiarity with the case material, I wrote as follows. Briefly, I think these things might be helpful as far as your baby is concerned. I would try to get her on a very alkaline diet. This is a bit difficult for a 1-year-old baby, but I think it would be important. Then castor oil drops in the ears at bedtime and early in the morning, glycothymoline packs to the neck for half an hour or so once a day, with packs going around to include the cervical glands. She should have lots of vitamin C. One think you can get this in liquid form now, and high dosages of this would be helpful. Massages to the upper back for 15 to 20 minutes each day gently would be a good thing, and castor oil packs to the abdomen. This should also be done once a day, for about an hour, and I would use a heating pad. Don't forget that the laying on of hands by those that love the child are part of the whole process of healing, and as involved in the healing profession as you are probably already doing that sort of thing. The thing I would suggest is to have your daughter lie on your lap as she goes to sleep, in taking her afternoon nap or whatever, and hold your hands on her head behind the ears, almost encompassing the ears. She might not like to have her ears covered with your hands, but if she doesn't mind, that would be good. Then just let yourself be a channel of healing, and let the energy flow through your body and onto the ears themselves. Doing these things over a period of time would be very helpful, I'm sure. http://worldwideweb.educase.org/health/data/catharup1.html 51 of 69, 10 hours 23 minutes and 44 seconds p.m. Edgar Cayce Health Database, anecdotal case reports, remedies, products. It was 2 months before I heard what had happened to the wee girl. Her mother answered for her at that point and expressed the daughter's approval of the therapy program. Here is her letter. The baby is fine now, her ears have cleared up completely. Just before I received your letter, I had started giving her increased doses of vitamin C, rubbing some castor oil over her abdominal area at night, and saturating the front of her diaper with castor oil as well. However, I did not use heat. I also gave her a little glycothymoline, occasionally by mouth, because I felt she had a tendency to be acid. As soon as I received your letter, I began adding your suggestions to these treatments. When I took her back to the doctor a few days later, he was surprised to find that her ears had cleared up completely. Her improvement was especially disconcerting to him, since she had refused his prescribed medicine since her last visit to his office. Thank you for your time and information. Our love and blessings. Thank you, Peggy, for your report. I just wonder if you thought of those things to do on your own all by yourself. Or did you read my mind, or perhaps was I doing a mind-reading job on you? After all the thousands of readings Cayce gave in which he obviously communicated with other people's minds, I have given up trying to figure who thought of what first, or are we all psychic? Seeing how Peggy's little girl responded to her touch, her concern, and some of the ancient applications that have been for the most part discarded by modern medical practices, I recalled what Charles Mayo of the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, is reported to have said: the drugless healer is one of the best things that has come into the life of the present. Might we not put Peggy into the classification of a drugless healer? I think so. Left square bracket note, the preceding report was provided by William McGarry, M.D. and is excerpted from the A.R.E. Journal. July, 1979, Volume 14, No. 4. Page 167. Copyright 1979 by the Edgar Cayce Foundation, Virginia Beach, Virginia, right square bracket,